time for a break. Grab a coffee, get comfy, and catch up with old friends. Join us for an easy chat on all the biggest news stories of the day on ICRT Breakdown, a bilingual 2030 policy program brought to you in cooperation with the National Development Council.
It's really hot outside.
Oh, tell me about it. It's crazy.
Right, I've started just wearing swimming trunks. Hang on, wait. Sorry, guys. Hello? Mum, I've got to call you back, okay? I'm having coffee with my boss. Yes. Okay. Bye. I love you.
Okay, what was that all about, John?
That's my mum.
Your mom?
That's
your
my mum.
mom is calling you now? Why?
Yeah. She's calling me to say that there's a Wimbledon game on that I've got to go and watch. She knows that I watch it every year, so she keeps up. Actually, we watch it together.
Oh, Wimbledon. Isn't that the, what is it, tennis?
It is tennis.
Okay.
It's tennis. It's one of the biggest tennis competitions in the world. It's one of 4 huge Grand Slam competitions. Grand Slam is like a name for a big tennis tournament.
所以它是最大的、最有名的网球比赛之一。
Maybe you could tell us a bit about Wimbledon
Well, so
and tennis.
Wimbledon has been around for a long time.
Long time, okay?
Since I believe it was since 18 something, I can't remember exactly when. Since around about the time you were born, Tim.
Oh, so about 2 centuries, in other words.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so it's very old.
Yes,
And-
it's very, very old, very established. It's a prestigious event.
Yes.
You know this word, prestigious?
Every time I see you, that's the first word that pops in my mind. Prestigious. Very, how would you describe that? As being very classy?
Well, the word prestige comes from something that magicians used to do. It was like the final act of their performance. It was the big...
The finale.
the big final thing. So it was like the thing everyone would go and want to see.
就是非常高档的一场活动 So it's like a very, what's it called?
Grand.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
It's a very
grand.
grand,
Yes.
非常盛大的一个
Grand, over the top, exciting.
Okay, so that describes you, but getting back to Wimbledon.
It's been cancelled twice.
Oh.
One time it was cancelled because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
And the other time it was cancelled was World War II.
Two very good reasons to
okay,
maybe
yeah.
avoid.
Very, very good reasons to avoid. And actually, the first time when it was cancelled in World War II, they started using the grounds to raise livestock. Chickens and pigs and all this kind of stuff to feed people in London.
Oh, so like for the Wimbledon games, when they're playing like on grass fields, 就是草皮的场地
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct,
What
yes.
else would you play tennis on?
Oh, well, you can also play it on clay. Or you can
You
play
mean
it on...
like people making a pottery that they're also then playing tennis at the same time?
Wouldn't that be frustrating? That would have made that movie Ghost very different.
But that's like that red ground, 那个红土的那个场地
Yes.
Okay.
It's the red
So it's more
ground.
kind of like dirt to me.
Similar to the kind of ground that you see in like children's playgrounds. You know, the very soft kind of ground, but just that little bit harder.
Okay, so you can play it on grass, on clay?
Play on grass, on clay, or on hard court. Hard court is like a concrete.
Okay, so they can be played like on 3 different kinds of courts. So 有3种不一样的场地. So there is the grass court, 草皮场地.
对
There's also like the clay court, 红土场地. And then there's the hard court, 就是硬场地.
And they all affect the game in different ways. For example, like a grass court, if you can imagine running on grass is much easier. You can bounce a lot easier. So
Yeah.
maybe you can get from one side of the court to the other much better.
Okay.
But the ball bounces much less easily.
所以球比较不会弹在那个草地上. Okay, I
Exactly.
see.
So you have to hit the ball with a lot more force. Whereas on a concrete, hard court, the ball bounces easily, but you're going to hurt your legs, you're going to hurt your ankles.
That's what I was just wondering. There must be like a lot of players with some skinned knees and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This year there has been so many injuries.
Ooh.
So many injuries. Just at the French Open recently, one player whose name escapes me, but who is number 2 in the
Okay.
world at the moment, he can't play because he twisted his ankle. Oh, if you watch the footage, then it really, really hurts.
Okay.
How do you say twisted ankle?
就是扭伤脚踝 Like he twisted his ankle.
Yeah,
扭
and
伤
it
脚
looks
踝
really awful when you watch the footage of it. It looks really, really painful. And there's been a lot of injuries this year.
But I think you mentioned another thing just now, John. You said in France. So there's like more than one of these championships, these, what do you call them, Grand Slams?
That
or
is
something
correct.
Like
Yes, Grand Slams or tournaments.
that? Okay.
So you have 4 in the year. First of all is the Australian Open this year. Maybe you heard a bit about
Yeah,
the...
欧洲公开赛 Yeah,
Maybe you heard a
okay.
bit
Kind
about the
of political this year, I believe.
controversy.
COVID problems.
COVID Djokovic problems.
He refused to quarantine.
He refused to quarantine,
Yeah,
or I think it was like a miscommunication thing.
Okay, whatever,
Okay.
right?
Whatever happened, anyway, it was a huge controversy. And then it was the French Open, otherwise known as Roland Garros.
OK， 那个法国公开赛。OK.
And that's just happened. That was the one that just-
Oh, so the Wimbledon happens after the Australian Open and the French Open.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So it is the third championship.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one is the US Open.
Okay, I see.
And yeah, the Wimbledon is the only one that's played on grass. It's very traditional in that kind of way. Wimbledon has a lot of old-fashioned traditions that maybe other places have stopped paying attention to.
Okay.
Which is very British. I'm sure you can all agree. Things like specifying what people can wear. Wimbledon still does this.
Is there there are rules for what you? I figure you could just wear whatever sports attire
as
you
a-
have. 任何运动衣服应该都可以吧？
As a spectator, of
Yeah,
course, you can wear whatever you like. But if you are
Okay.
playing in Wimbledon, then you have to wear all white clothes.
All white. Okay, so 要穿全白的穿着。
The players are all in white, and then the people who work for the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, which runs Wimbledon. Wow, I
mouthful.
really practiced
Oh,
remembering that.
yeah.
Then all the representatives of them, they get to wear purple and green.
Okay, so they're very colorful, and the
okay.
players are all drab white.
Right,
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
think that is kind of on purpose to mark the players out as the special ones to be watching. As well.
Okay, so like the people who organize the event, so 举办人, they usually wear purple or some other colorful
Purple
clothing.
or green.
Purple or green. Okay, and then the players themselves, 就是参赛者, they all wear white.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but I think we're digressing a little bit, talking too much about the uniforms, which are
Right,
nice.
离题了, 离题了.
But let's maybe talk a little bit about who's going to be playing this year, or maybe who's not playing
I
this year.
think it's better to maybe talk about who's not playing this year.
Okay, okay.
Wow, there is a lot of people who are not.
I can tell you one person who's not playing.
Please.
Me.
And why is that? You are injured?
Because I think I'd get like 0 points. So I would just be booed off the court.
Oh,
What a
just
shame.
the other day I was asking John about that. 0 points are called love. Love?
One love for the mother's pride,
Oh,
as
wait.
they say.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's a stupid joke.
So love is 0 points.
Love is 0 points.
But what
So
are the
Tim
players
would be
again
getting
that
a lot of
are not
love.
coming other than me?
Well, so the players who are love, who are nil, who will not be attending, you've got Medvedev. He is the world number one.
And
he's
why
not
won't he
attending.
be there?
Well, he's not been attending because Russian and Belarusian players have been banned from
okay.
competing this
Is
year.
this due to Ukraine?
I was about to say, it is due to Ukraine. You've heard about the conflict in Ukraine.
Right.
Of course.
I think I've seen a news article or two.
Pretty big news.
Yes, it
at the
is. Yes, it
moment.
is.
Yeah, so that's why. So they've been banned from competing. That's been very, very controversial.
Okay.
So 被禁止了，他们就不能去玩. Okay.
Yeah, lots of people have been calling it, lots of Russian and Belarusian players have been calling
Okay.
it discriminatory, potentially illegal. Djokovic came out to call it crazy. Everyone else has been saying it's a good
Okay.
idea. But lots of tennis organizers have now removed the rankings. Do you know what that means?
No.
So now everyone competing in Wimbledon this year, even if they win Wimbledon, it will not affect their global standing. So if you are someone who was maybe world number 47 and you win Wimbledon,
You still...
maybe in the past you would have gone up some
Right.
levels, but then you'll finish Wimbledon still on number 47.
So you're ranked in the
Okay. 那个排行就是他的那个排名
Okay,
yeah,
it
so
won't be changed.
Yeah.
And that is in protest to this idea of Wimbledon's not to allow Belarusian and Russian players to play.
So they don't want it to be political, but they're making it political.
Right.
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So the names you've mentioned, they're all male players, right? 他们都是男参赛
They
者
are all male players.
Yeah.
It's mainly affected male players. For
Okay.
some reason, I guess Russia produces more male players than women.
Oh, okay. Oh, but so like, are there different like male games versus like female
Yes,
games?
there
Yeah.
are. There are.
Okay.
There's a lot of big differences. And actually, a lot of the records currently at Wimbledon are held by one woman in particular.
Is it
It's
Serena
incredible.
Williams?
It is not Serena Williams.
Oh, because I don't know tennis, but I do know Serena Williams.
You look so happy to see the Serena
Yes.
Williams. She's a wild card this year, although my prediction is that she's not going to do so great.
So who's the woman that you're going to tell us about?
Martina Navratilova.
Okay, but she has a long name.
She has a long name and she has a long list of records.
Really?
So she has won 9 women's singles. She has won 6 consecutive women's singles titles. She's won 7 doubles titles.
So 单打她总共赢了9场。Okay.
And then she has won 6 titles in a row, one after the other.
6 titles, like 赢了6次的就是奖杯。
The same singles titles.
Okay,
yes.
也是
Singles
单赛。
titles.
Okay.
In a row, though.
In a row.
连续
Right, so one, right,
Oh,
对，
wow.
连续 one after another.
One after another, she kept on winning this. She's a really
Right.
incredible player. She's also played the most games of anyone ever. She's played 326 matches at Wimbledon.
John, quick question, because you've mentioned both games and matches.
Okay.
What's the difference?
What Paz is saying is we're both confused. What are you talking about?
Perhaps you've heard that old phrase, game, set, match.
Right.
Yes.
Have you heard that? What does that mean, do you think, that phrase?
From context, I always guess it's like ready, set, go, you know,
Exactly.
game, set, match.
It basically is, right? It basically is that. It's like the phrase game, set, match means that, like, I've got it.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm ready. So if you have
Okay.
won a game, then you have won the set, then you have won the match. Then it is yours.
OK， 那就是赢了局，然后赢了盘，然后就可以赢一场比赛。Yeah.
It's kind of
So
like a
if you say-
step-by-step process to win the competition.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So the phrase, if you say, I am going to get this job, game, set, match, it means that you
Right.
know you've got it in the bag.
You're going to kill it.
You're going to
Yeah.
kill it.
Okay.
Not actually stab.
We understand. We
You
understand.
do a great job. Yeah.
So that's it. So it goes by you have to play games to win sets.
So how many games, how many sets, how many matches do you have to win in order to win a title?
As you
of
had to ask
Wimbledon?
that question. Now we're going to be completely confused. But go ahead, John.
I was going to say it's different from men's game
Right.
to the women's game.
Okay.
The amount of sets that you need to win. Men have to win more sets than women.
Okay.
But okay, Paz and you were just now mentioning singles. So does that mean that there's like team games? I mean, like 10 players against each other?
That would be an incredible game of
It'd be
tennis.
interesting, wouldn't it?
You have doubles games.
2 people.
Doubles. Okay,
Yes.
so 双打. Yeah.
Okay, and if it's doubles, is it always like 2 men and 2 women, or is it
No, you
one
can
man,
have,
one woman?
That's called mixed doubles. Actually, Navratilova also holds records for doubles and things
Wow.
like this. She's an incredible.
She's
incredible
amazing.
woman.
Amazing.
Okay, so like mixed games 就是混打. Okay.
yes.
And you were saying that men's games are different from women's games. So how many matches?
So close. So close.
How many sets?
Sets, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So men have to win the best of 5 sets.
Okay, so 5盘里面要赢3盘. Yeah.
Yes, and then the women, yes, have to win the best of 3.
3. Oh, okay. So 女生打就是3盘的比赛，然后要赢2盘
Yes.
就算赢. Okay, I see.
Paz,
What's that?
I hope you're taking notes.
I am.
Because I still completely confused. But John, is there anything else you want to tell us about Wimbledon? Anything special, interesting things?
All I can
I've heard they have
say-
like some strange eating habits during Wimbledon too.
Well, are you talking about the British or are you talking about Wimbledon in particular?
Wimbledon. we can talk about the British next time.
Yes, they do. Well, I mean, traditionally, you should eat strawberries and cream.
Okay.
You should
Strawberries
drink
and
champagne.
That kind of makes sense, though, because strawberries are in season at this time of the
Strawberries
year.
are in season, and also if you can imagine back in the day when Wimbledon was started, it would have been for the rich, for the elite, and they would have wanted their
Right.
strawberries.
Guys, actually, this cafe is famous for their ice creams with strawberry on top. So I know it's not strawberries and cream, but
Hey, it's
the
close
spot.
enough for me. Paz, let's order some of that.
Breaking the ice, breaking the mold, breaking down the news. You've been listening to ICRT Breakdown, a bilingual 2030 policy program brought to you in association with the National Development Council.